Okay, immediately a second video. It's still morning and I still haven't had my coffee and I'm still looking at the cloudy skies. And I'm still sitting here a bit less tired than I was for the first one. Oh, also I'm dressed in this thing because this was kind of the only ironed and clean thing out of the water. Yeah, this was the idea for like a video that I had even when I was recording the last time 2 weeks ago. And this is the idea about the programming of fear and the fear response. Like, this is one of the most prevalent things I have, and I have still. And the programming of fear is just something in your head where, like, I think many people talk about it, that we all have some things installed inside us by the upbringing, by genetics, that experiment where the mice were afraid of something and then their children were also afraid of it, even though they have never encountered it. And I just recently read an example where someone's grandmother took a ship to America, and that's how she survived during the World War II. But actually, she arrived very early for the ship, and that's why she was able to get into the ship. And then still her grandchildren still arrived at the airport 3 hours early or like 5 hours early because that genetic memory was too strong. They basically, because that ship was her survival and she put everything on it, and she arrived as early as she could to get into the ship because there wouldn't be any room otherwise. And that arriving early to something is associated with survival. And at least for me, that programming was not arriving early, was it could be anything actually. It could be anger, it could be shame, it could be, hate towards yourself. It could be a lot of things, but for me specifically, it is fear. It was fear. And what I mean is, I don't know if I've spoken about it before, I think yes. When you arrive at, like, you function as, you operate as usual. And when you arrive in a situation where stakes are very high, or stress is very high, or you are doing something that you haven't done before, or you are going against your programming, or like when you're just arrived in a situation where, yeah, the stakes are high and you have potential to do something there. Like either in a relationship that could be better than anything you had before, or at a job, or a next level of life, or writing, or applying, or creating, or querying, or like it could be any number of things, right? And when you arrive there, or if you just encounter something very uncomfortable, but usually it's a situation with high stakes and high outcomes, the fear is activated. So you start fearing, and it's so strong that it turns into panic. It turns into uncontrollable shaking, or like your body is in fear, and you try to fight it. You try to fight it, but the more you try to fight it, sometimes the faster and the faster and more swiftly you run away. And I had this programming in me for years, for my whole life. I used to run away from stuff. Just not all of it, because otherwise I wouldn't have ever made it. I conquered my fears, that's true, and I'm still conquering them, but I ran from tough conversations. I ran from um, being attracted to someone, and instead of saying something, I just ran. I ran from relationships. When I had to have a tough conversation, I couldn't do it. I just ran and had it by message or call or something. I ran in professional settings. When my fear was too big, and I'm still running in terms of creative work, because I was already speaking about the fact that my fear is so huge, that my resistance is so huge, that I'm painstakingly moving forward, but that takes much longer than it could have. because not because I don't have time, not because I don't have motivation, not because I don't have ideas or people supporting me even, but because the fear is so big. And even in the very beginning when I started making videos, the fear was like a wall. It was overwhelming. It was insane. Like, I wasn't shaking, I don't think. Maybe I was, but it was so huge. Like, it was overpowering, frankly. Overpowering. I think I even said it. It's like a wall. It's like a wall here, 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 everywhere. Like the wall of fear. And I felt like I was supposed to punch through them, punch through the wall. Like, um, and but I want to say, yeah, for me it was always fear. And I recently, this year, started noticing like the stuff that I really, really, really didn't like. Because my reaction of fear got activated so often and so randomly. Because when your nervous system and when your like body is out of whack, is too stressed, there's too much, your fear starts being activated on everything. Like someone is walking by your door, not even knocking on your door, just walking by your door, you are fearful. Someone writes to you, there are new emails, I was terrified. Like, someone calls you, terrified. Someone, like a family member, calls you, I still have this response that something happened, something happened, something happened, and like my body is in panic mode. Like, what if something happened? You're like fearing, I don't know, airplanes, dogs. um Dogs is specifically my thing, but yeah. Someone berating you, criticizing you, yeah, fearing um rejection, answers. Like, you can kind of tell how I'm getting lost in that universe of fear, because for so many years I was afraid, and I couldn't even answer that simple question. Afraid of what? Afraid of what exactly? Of the plane going down? Of the dog biting me? Of of what exactly I was afraid? Of people were rejecting me? Okay. And of like people breaking into my apartment? How likely is it? And I'm watching the people close to me still making fears out of thin air, like out of thin air, like that they're going to be stopped, that they're going to be arrested, that they're going to be this, that they're going to be that. And I know where it comes from, because if there's anyone listening who comes from, I don't know, a country where there is war, who comes from a family that has been broken by war, that has been broken by troubles in the country, there, I don't know, if you know someone who was in prison, if um, you grew under the patriarchy, or like an unstable regime, or totalitarianism, or yeah, like unstable conditions in general, you just had an incredible amount of stress flinged onto you, and you fear things. You fear, like I said, maybe emails or phone calls, and you don't even know why. Because I really, the last time a family member called me and I got really fearful, I got the fear response, as I call it. Like, I literally thought something happened. I kind of got pissed at myself for this. I was like, fuck. Like, how long are you going to act like this? Your whole life? How long are you going to just run and fear and run and fear, and like, and every single thing you want to do, you will be so like shaking. Like, really? You want to be shaking until you're 50? You want to be shaking until you're 60, 70 something? Like, you want to be shaking about how people think about you. You want to be shaking about what people like say about you. You want to be shaking about who's knocking on your door. You want to be shaking about conversations and relationships. Like, you really want to be shaking about all that? You really want to be in panic? And you really want to invent different reasons for fearing stuff? Because that goes deeper than that. People fear the future. They fear they will have no money. They fear other people taking their money. They fear losing their partner. They fear death, losing members of the family. They fear, I don't know, like not having something to eat. And it's completely irrational because I can tell you, even if they have like multiple assets, a lot of money, even if they have been working for 30 years, the fear is not less. It's even more, actually. And I don't want to be like that because I can sense it in myself. And for so long, I thought it was just a part of me and I couldn't get past it. I just couldn't. Like, basically, it's in me. I will be like this also. I will have the fear response forever. I will be, fearing forever. Like, it's not possible to conquer. But this year, I kind of came head to head with it. I've already used that thing that my body and my mind came like this, but also like my fear and my, creative pursuits and my creative dreams came like this because I couldn't operate out of fear. Like, I will never reach anything if I continue operating out of fear. I will always be that person who's worried, who's anxious, who's stressed, and who in any setting is finding things that could go wrong. And I used to be that person actually. I used to be that person 100%. I'm still sometimes fight that instinct inside me to say, oh, this not great. This is not going to work. I don't think that will work. I don't think you'll get accepted. I don't think I'll get accepted. I don't think that would work. Like, there is still that thing inside me that is fueled by fear. But also I do have the fear of not accomplishing anything in my life, of not becoming anyone, of just just wasting the things inside me, the wasting the potential that was given to me, like wasting the ideas and the creative things that I want to do, just wasting them because of fear, because I was too fearful to show them to anyone. Because, I was writing stuff and I was even fearful to show it to people for a few years. Like, I was writing from 2020, I first showed it to someone, I think it was 2023 or 2024, so like 3 or 4 years. Or I first gave my book to read to someone again, like 5 or 6 years it took me from the beginning of the writing to like actually showing it. I don't know, like from 3 to 5, but yeah. Or like I even couldn't say that I wanted to be a writer for months, for years. I didn't, I couldn't even say it out loud. You even now can sense that the words are kind of getting stuck in me, like it's getting stuck in me that I want this thing, but now I can at least say it. I can at least express it. And I got pissed because I don't want to live from the fear response. I don't want to live from fear. I don't want to live from this thing that, what if he doesn't like me? What if he leaves me? Like insecurity, like what if he finds better than me? What if like they all reject me? What if I don't find something better? Like, it's very basic because every single person speaks about it, like the mindset of there is enough of everything, there is nothing to fear, it's safe, it's good. And the mindset of everything is suspicious, you have to fear everything, you have to be wary of everything, don't speak to strangers, don't show yourself, don't do anything, like hide, don't, you know and I'm slowly but surely breaking this shit down. Like, I will break that program. I only recently even formulated what the program was, like what the program of fear made me do, how it made me run, and I will break that fucking thing. That the truth telling place inside me is like, you'll break that fucking thing. You'll break its back. I don't know how many years it will take me. I don't know how many months. I don't know how much work on myself. I don't know, but I will break that fucking thing. Like, it will not survive. I will make it disappear. I'm not saying I will become blindly courageous and do crazy shit, but I don't want to fear incoming emails, calls, events, new people, relationships that people will leave. Like, that people will say something. I don't want to fear being visible. I don't want to fear being sexy. I don't want to fear being creative. I just I don't want to sit for 10 years and you know in fear, in fear. I've sat in fear for enough times. It's actually extraordinary luck and chance that I was able to accomplish anything with that level of fear. It's actually extraordinary, extraordinary. I think because I literally felt like running away more times than I can count, in all manner of circumstances and situations, and I still feel like that in a lot of things, and it amounts to why I think I haven't gotten the stuff I wanted in life, and I haven't gone for the stuff I wanted in life because first of all I was too fearful to go for the stuff I really want, and second of all I just mm, I was too fearful to take the steps that I needed to take in order to get it. Like it was stopping me too much. And that response is kind of like its days are numbered. Its days are numbered, I think.